morning, welcome to Drive Life Thoughts. I had a question proposed to me about they wanted to have a family and they felt like they were running out of time to get one. And they were like, well, what do you think about this? So I thought I'd make an interesting video about it. So we'll get right into it. So the question was proposed was, hey, I'm 30 years old and I feel like I'm running out of time to have a child. I'm running out of time to find a partner, and I'm running out of time to, get my life settled. So what I found was interesting was it was in that order that the question was proposed to me. Baby, spouse or significant other, and residence. Okay, so the focus was the end goal, which was to have a child, which there's nothing wrong with. This question was proposed by a woman. Okay, so obviously men may have a different, obviously, in my opinion, they're gonna have a totally different take on this. But this is how I answered the question. So the first thing I say is, look, if you want to have the baby, there's a couple different ways you can go about it, but the way that the intended question was how do I find myself a partner to get myself into a home, to get the end goal, which is a child? Okay, so it's interesting because women have the biological clock ticking against them to have a child. So they feel this added pressure that they need, which is understandable, that they need, if they desire to have that child, they need to find a partner, okay? And they obviously don't want to find an unattractive, low-value guy who sucks. You don't want that. You want somebody that can take care of themselves. You want somebody that's confident, and try to find somebody that doesn't look like they got hit in the face with a brick. So the question was proposed to me, and they're like, well, how do you fix that? How do you find someone? Well, there's tons of ways to find people, but when you find people, you can put them through a few tests, right? So women naturally men have a strong draw to women naturally, and they're visual creatures. So men will approach women all the time. Women don't usually approach men that much. If they do, and they have that kind of confidence, then, the story might be a little different, and they probably wouldn't be asking the question in this regard. So what I was kind of alluding to this person was, I said, you want to find a good person that wants you for your mind and not just for your visual, it's what everybody wants. It's pretty basic, everybody's in the dating world today. Everything is very fast paced. Everybody wants to settle down really fast, but nobody will actually settle. They want to just bounce person to person to person, which is counterproductive, especially if you want to have a long-lasting relationship with someone. Because to have a long-lasting relationship with someone, you need to build a friendship with that person first. If you're diving into bed with somebody right on the first date or second date or something like that, you're not going to get the results you want. You're going to be attracting these people that are, just looking to hook up and leave. And that's not what you want if you want a long-term relationship. You want somebody that's going to stay and somebody that's going to be there when times get tough. So what I explained was, listen, and this is strictly my own opinion. This is my own advice. My disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a behavioral specialist. These are strictly my opinions. Take with it what you will. If you have anything that you want to add to it, feel free to put it down in the comments. But what I basically told her was, I said, look, as a guy, okay, guys, obviously they're trying to hook up. They just want to, sleep with somebody and then they're out. Okay, the guys generally don't focus on the end game because they don't have the same biological clock that women have. So in order to filter through these these low value dudes, which are everywhere. I can't get over how many guys that I've met and how many people I've seen that they don't put any effort into themselves. They don't want to work. They have no drive whatsoever to do anything. And they just want to lay around, and they want to just, and it's one thing if, like, you want to sit down and have a nice night, or you want to go to bed early, or, like, that kind of stuff isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about dudes that don't work, that are at home all day. They just want to sit around and smoke, or they want to just, watch TV, or they play Xbox every single day. They never go outside. They never, have any ambition to try and make their life better. That's the kind of guy you don't want, all right? And there's tons of them out there. I'm shocked, actually, at how many people just want to lay around. So I had mentioned to her, I said, look, if you really want to find these people, I said, you've got to go on lots of different dates, but you can't be, a person. You have to set what you're looking for. This is what you want. You want a long-term relationship hopefully with a family at the end, okay? And if the guy is just listening to you and he's just like, and he's hoping that, he's going to get to take you home, or, he's going to go to your place or something, and you don't allow that to happen, you're going to filter through half your dudes right there. Because if a guy's there and he's like, oh yeah, I really want a family too, but he's just looking to hook up and leave, you're going to filter those guys out in the first date or two. They're gone. So already your list went from 75 guys that are all pining for you down to, like, realistically, the way it seems is like you're going to have like 10 dudes. And then you really just need to pick out 5 that you have feelings for and just kind of narrow it down from there. Because in the world of dating now, people are everywhere. It's not hard to find a date. It's not hard to find somebody, but it's hard to find somebody that you have feelings for that also has feelings for you. And that's what you're looking for. You're not just looking for a body. You're looking for someone that you really care about, and you're looking for somebody that wants to care for you as much as you care for them, and won't just drop you at the, just at the first sign of, any sort of problem and run. So you have to build that friendship first, because the friendship is the basis of a really good relationship. So that's what I had said to her. And the question was proposed, well, right, but ultimately I really want to have this baby in the end. And I said, if that's really what you want, you can go to a clinic if you really want to have a baby and you just want to have it by yourself. That's always an option. I know someone who went and did that procedure and lived alone and had her baby, and they were totally content. And to be honest with you, after she did that, she then met somebody, because she was single for a long time. She actually met somebody that worked out really well for her after she had the procedure done through the clinic. Who knows? Life is crazy like that. So I told her, I said, you really want to have that friendship first, and you want to find the right person to have that friendship with, and it should be easy. There's tons of people out there that are just looking to score, and you got to filter through those people. And the minute that you let them get a touchdown per se, okay, especially early on, they're like, okay, and move on. They don't want to stay. You've got to let them work for it a little bit. If somebody's genuinely interested in you, that's not even what they're really looking for. They're going to want to sit down and understand what you are, because any decent guy who's looking for a partner wants to know what you're like. They want to know what your skills are. They want to know, what are your ambitions? What are your life goals? What do you want in life? And in the same regard, they're going to expect you to be just as interested in what their life goals are, and what are your ambitions, and what drives you. And that's great, and that starts your healthy relationship. And then once you get that established and you move on, okay, then you get your baby and you get your home. But it starts with trying to find the right partner. If you're looking for just the baby and you're like, I don't want to deal with a partner, I want to do this baby all by myself, or you're second guessing yourself and you're like, look, nobody's going to love me. First of all, that's horse crap, because there's a lot of people out there that will love you, and don't ever down yourself, because you're amazing. To somebody out there, you're going to be amazing. You may not be amazing to the people in your little circle that you see every day, okay? But the person that you're looking for could be around the corner, or could be, 2 days away from meeting you, or who knows? But you need to have the mindset that it's going to be okay, and you got to not stress about it. Because the minute that you take your mind off these things, somehow the universe has a way of making them happen, which is really kind of cool when you think about it. So to wrap this up, I just want to make sure that people understand, because right when at the end of talking to this person, they said, well, I don't really know if anyone's going to tolerate me for what I am. And I said, that right there is a bad thing. I said, you are putting yourself down, because nobody tolerates. You're not looking for someone to tolerate you. You're looking for someone to love you. And and you are what you are. And that doesn't, just because you aren't, there's no such thing as a perfect person. People have anxiety. People have physical deformations. They have, all of these things that are out of their control. Other mental health, bipolar, anything like that. They can be, multiple personality disorder. That's a fun one that, I've had to experience. They're not things that are deal breakers. I mean, yes, some people are really shallow and they're like, I won't deal with anybody with mental problems. Well, good luck trying to find somebody without a mental problem, okay? Because life is hard and it's a bitch. So, you're not gonna find the perfect person that's 100% unaffected by anything. Because if you find somebody that's unaffected and they're like over 25 years old and they haven't had any sort of issue or some sort of trauma or even a minimal thing, then that person obviously has something really bad going on, or they're so emotionally and mentally immature. You don't want to be with that person at all. That's my wise words for that. So, yeah. So I told her, I said, do not ever put yourself down like that, because if you're putting yourself down, then that makes you look like the other person can see that it's unattractive that you're putting yourself down, and it's wrong. And it's not wrong because you're doing it. It is wrong because you're doing it, but it's just incorrect. There is nothing wrong with you for at all for having whatever ailment you may have. There's just nothing wrong with you. You're made how you're supposed to be made, and someone will love you exactly as you are. And you're going to say, well, I haven't had good luck finding anybody. No, you can find people. You just haven't found the right person yet. Okay? And that person is out there. And everything is going to work out. And if you put a timetable on everything, and you rush and you're focused and you're so worried about it, and it's what captivates your mind day after day, it's like watching water boil. You will not find what you're looking for when you're so driven for it. You can't do it. You need to just breathe. You need to just open up. And women tend to focus really hard on one thing. They really want that end goal, and they'll do just about anything to achieve it, which is, the ambition's great, but the process of how you're doing it may be actually driving what you're looking for the other direction. So there was a guy, and I'm going to wrap my video up right here, but there was a gentleman that I had seen online was talking about letting things go, which was an interesting, I watched it for a little while. And his idea was, he goes, listen, the minute you let go of whatever it is that you're really aiming for, that's when the wheels of the earth start turning. And it's true. I mean, I totally understand. It's just the way the analogy that he used for it was very interesting. And it's true. And I actually put it into effect. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I put this into effect, I'm going to say it was a while ago. I put it in effect. So let's say it was like a Monday. I watched the video on a Sunday. So on Monday, I said, you know what? Today, I'm not going to push so hard for that final piece like this woman and the baby. I'm not going to care at all. I'm just going to enjoy my day and let things flow to me. And instead of me pushing my energy out to try and get what I want and pull it in, I'm going to let things naturally come to me, and I'm not going to do anything. You know, I'm going to let that positive energy, you know, just be. Just chill. Just be yourself, and don't worry about needing external validation. Only worry about, you know, the only person that you really need to validate is yourself, and you are the one that should be doing that. Nobody on the outside should, because honestly, they don't deserve that kind of power. Who gives a shit if they validate you or not? You're not gonna screw them. The hell with them. So either way, you know, even if you feel like you're having a hard time, or, you know, there's something really, really bad that you want and you're just having a hard time achieving it, it's not impossible. It's not impossible, and it can be done. And you don't need to stress about achieving it, because all things come in due time, and the universe has a way of knowing the people that deserve it. And even though there's a lot of people out there that don't deserve some of the things that they have, they may have, you know, what everybody's looking for what they don't have. So just a thought to put out there. Be happy with where you're at, because tomorrow everything could change. You never know. But this has been another Drive Life Thoughts. If you like the video, blah blah blah, Facebook, YouTube talk, like and subscribe, or else. But actually, I found out it does help the algorithm. So if you do like this video, I do put them out once in a great while when a question comes up. But subscribe and like it, and it will put it out to other people. It could potentially help. Okay? And if you want someone just to talk to, you can email me directly at drivelifethoughts@gmail.com. It's free. I don't charge any sort of service for it. And, you know, people out there, sometimes if you're alone and you just need somebody to talk to, just email it. Okay? I'll do my best to write you back. I don't check it every day because I'm very busy, but, you know, I've written people back. So, okay? I hope you have a nice day. Take care.